just ass. I suppose that's the way it works. Ass clownery. I like to walk around with my chain loose. Howdy, 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 howdy. That's me. Don't wear out my name, because that's the name. Doc's the name. Oh, snap, baby. Thank you. Coffee, 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 coffee.
Sleep for a little bit before I get woken up before I try to attack some paperwork.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm good for. I'm good for a wake up, and I'm good for a wind down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm only beanied up today because I don't feel like doing my hair.
Yeah.
It was a mess. I took a shower last night and just went straight to bed, and I woke up and it was sticking straight up on my head. And in order to fix it, I'd have to get my hair wet, and I don't want to do that. So, fuck you. It's my day off. This is my day off. I will take my day off and not do my hair. Pipa Marshall? Who names their, like, Pippa? That's a thing they name girls over in, like, England. Pippa. What kind of name is that? It sounds like a cartoon character's name. It doesn't sound like a human name. It sounds like a cartoony name. How's the wilderness? It's pretty good. Pipa is kind of a toad. But yeah, Pippa. What's your favorite thing to do in a new city? No, I don't like cities all that much. I mean, if I'm going to a city to do something, that's what I go to do. I don't like go to a city very often to do whatever, unless I have to. I'm not a big fan. But I guess it would be like eating, probably. Like if I'm going to go to a big city, I probably want to try some good food there, maybe. Maybe. How is this the wilderness?
We are designated rural, man.
Yeah, I'm a rural address now, look. It's the wilderness. We're out in the goddamn wilderness, okay? I don't want to hear it from you.
We're in no city.
Yeah. We got our our local ballot, and the only thing we could vote on was the county library, because they don't give a fuck what we think about anything else. Damn, white guy on stream like an Easter egg, 1 of 500. Really? White guys don't be doing this? That's interesting. Can't find a single white guy doing what I'm doing. Do you meet wild bears? No, I don't meet them. I shoot them and I skin them and I make a coat out of them. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this guy's talking about. He can't find another white guy.
I'm seeing a few.
There's a lot of white guys.
Yeah. Your algorithm's just weird, bro.
Maybe you like black people and your algorithm knows it. Ecocentrism, a point of view that recognizes the ecosphere rather than the biosphere, is essential in importance and attempts to redress the imbalance created by anthropocentrism. Yes. Well, yes. Correct. Anthropocentrism is thinking that the world is defined by humans. Our needs, our wants, and our desires drive what happens to the planet. And that is the current system under which we live. Pretty much every government, in fact, not even pretty much, I'll remove the qualifier. Every government on the planet is anthropocentric. Looks at what humans need first and foremost, and then everything else is a secondary concern. Okay? Ecocentrism would mean that the ecology is considered primarily, because you can't sustain a human properly without the ecology being in place for that to happen. The ecosystem has to be balanced in order for a human to live a fulfilling life. And so that's ecocentrism, right? Is Trump gay? No. No. We don't want him. I don't think so.
He's many things, but he's not gay.
I'm pretty sure not gay. Except for strong men. So I guess he's gay for pay, maybe?
I mean, I'd call that more of like the mid-2000s term bromance than gayness.
Yeah. I guess. Maybe.
I don't see anything sexual there, really.
You don't see any sexuality there? I don't know. I feel like I do. I feel like sometimes when he's talking about Kim Jong-un or Putin or Bukele or whatever the fuck, I see real genuine lust in his eyes. Gives bratty bottom energy from time to time. Yeah, I doubt too. Cock-a-doodle-doo. The chickens have come to roost. Exactly. I look like the type to give Nuru massages. What's that? Bro really rolling out the alts to spam Trump is gay. Yeah. Yeah. Is what it is, man. My friend said Trump has huge theater kid energy. Your friend is wrong. Your friend is wrong. Your friend never did anything in theater, right? Theater kid energy is a thing. It does exist, but Trump ain't got it. Okay, Trump ain't got it. I think math is related to science. Sure, it's used in science all the time, right? Do you like Asylum movies? I feel like they make at least 100 about sharks. Asylum. Oh yeah, yeah. They're the ones that make the like Sharknado, Sharkpocalypse. No, I don't like those movies. But it's cool that they're out there. You know, I'm fine with that. Trump is a lesbian auntie from New York. That's cool. Shark side of the moon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I get it. Oh, my back is killing me. Oh, running around like a fucking freak all day yesterday. I had to climb down onto La Push Beach. It wasn't like the worst climb in the world, but my aching ass fucking body is feeling it. Like I did a jump thing where I was standing on a log and there was a rock down below that I needed to jump onto, and I instead of like trying to step down and risking hurting my knee, I just went boom and landed, and it was fine. I did okay, but man, I was after I did that, I was like, I shouldn't have done that. That was the trip. Trip was good, cigarette. Trip was good. We got all of our doc filmed from Forks and La Push, and we got a lot of great stuff. So half done with the locationals, and then we're here today and tomorrow, and then Thursday we're leaving for a secret location so that we can film the rest. Bro, that's exactly what happened, Pranav, is like it wasn't that far of a jump, but my big ass ain't used to fucking like jumping anywhere down something. And it's just like all of a sudden I was 20 again. And I was like, fuck it. I'm not gonna like step down off of this. I'm just gonna jump. So I went boom, and I landed and I was like, ooh. I'm lucky I landed that and didn't break an ankle or roll a knee or some shit. It was like, oh, I'm lucky I stuck that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it was great, cigarette. It was great. We decided to come home last night. The original plan was to stay, to finish shooting, sleep last night, drive home today. But we got done with the shoot, and I felt like I had enough gas in the tank to get us home. So I was like, "Fuck it, let's just go home, sleep in our bed tonight." So that's what we did. But yeah, dude, fucking great day yesterday. Super just like super fulfilling as a creator to start actually putting down some of the stuff that you guys are gonna see in the Twilight review. And the most fun stuff for me is still to be done. So yeah, the ID verification thing I think was a flop. I think it worked for a couple of days, and then I think they tweaked it and allowed retards back in. I don't know what happened. but just like tard after tard. It's been bad. I'm not interested in the Twilight movies, but I am interested in hearing your take on it. Oh, yeah. Did you miss the meat reveal? Yeah. Unfortunate. He thinks you care about Trump. It's wild, dude. Busting out, he's just burning his alts out. You know what I mean? Fuck are these out? It's just endless alts. It's just alt after alt. Probably an alt created by script. You know what I mean? Like, just you get a script, you tell it to create a bunch of alternate accounts under your Google account, and it creates it to specifications. So it's a bunch of kanji and then 3 letters, and you do it, and you have it make you 100 alts, and then you're just back. You know what I'm talking about? And dude, I gotta be honest, dude. One of the saddest things a human can do, in my estimation, because it reveals so much, is create dozens and tons of alts and burn them. Wonder what that loser's doing for a living. That's part of it. Nothing. Mom and dad or grandma or uncle or somebody is bankrolling this. There's no way this person, because people that have to work for a living, that they value their time more than this person does. Nobody's gonna waste their time doing that shit. Simply making it to where you can't create multiple alts under the same account would fix them. No. They wouldn't even have to do that, because I kind of like that you can create multiple alts, multiple channels under the same account, right? All they need to do is, if you ban somebody from one account that's underneath one Google account, you ban them all. That's it. Tie the bans, instead of tying the bans to specific accounts, like each account, tie the ban to the main Google account. That's all you'd have to do. It's not embarrassing because there's no face, right? We can't look and say, okay, John Riley from fucking Westchester is doing this, right? If there was a face behind what this person was doing, they wouldn't be doing it, right? They wouldn't want their friends, coworkers, family to know that they spend their whole day making alts to type about Trump's penis. They wouldn't want anybody in their life knowing that that's what they do with their free time. And so the only way to end it is the coming real ID requirements for any kind of social media. It's coming. It's around the corner. And when that happens, you will see guys like this disappear, because nobody wants their real name or their face or their social group aware that they talk about Trump's penis all day on multiple alts. They would never want anybody to know that. Really, the past 90s, early 2000s. What? Say what, bud? The neurons just don't fire and connect for me in that way of thinking. No, I know. Well, it's because you don't do it. It's because you don't do it. I have done it. I have thrived in anonymity before. I was a teenager when I was really into doing it. And it feels great. It does. It feels great. It feels great to annoy people and to say horrible things and to know that they can't do nothing about it. When you're a teenager, that feels great. When you're an adult, you kind of find that discourse feels better, right? Like actually talking to people feels better than shitting on people, and you start doing that. Some people, because of the internet, never grow past that. They never hit that line and go beyond it. Unrelated thing, but if you got time to look into a game called Corekeeper. Oh, cool. Yeah. I'll check it out. As much as I don't like the Bible, I was correct about putting away childish things. Yeah. Well, that just happens naturally in most people's lives. You know, they're children, and then they put away childish things, and they become adults, and they learn how to do adult things. Putting away childish things doesn't happen anymore. We got just grown-ass men and women who have no media reference whatsoever. None. Spare the rod, spoil the child. There you go, yeah. Chickens? Chicken? Are Disney adults respectable? Depends on how Disney adult they are. Like, really does. Why is my 14-year-old more mature than these alts, though? Kale looks at this shit with the alts and thinks it's pathetic, too. Well, it's because you're raising an actual human being. You know what I mean? That's exactly what it is. You're raising a human being, not an ape. That's what it is. The kanji guy has burned 5 or 6 alts in a row that I haven't even seen the message because YouTube keeps holding it. There's another one. Watch for another Chinese deletion. You ready? Don't even get to see it. Message held for review, banned out. It's the way it works. Do I like Neff for the quality, affordable, or for another reason? This was a gift. I don't even know what this brand is. It was a gift. This was a Christmas gift for me from Amelia's mom, I think.
I'm the one that got you that.
You got me this.
Yeah.
Okay. This was a Christmas gift from my wife. I don't know this brand, but it's a good brand because it's a good hat. It's got mushrooms on it. See that? It's got pink mushrooms. Pink mushrooms. Pink something up there too. It's pink. It's pink shit happening on this hat. You see? It's a skateboard brand. Yeah, I figured. I like to walk around with my chain loose. I gotta get a wrapper chain. It's the only thing that's missing from my look. I need a big, thick, iced out Cuban. Yeah.
I don't even think they sell that design anymore.
What design?
The one you're wearing.
Oh, the Neff hat?
Yeah.
101. Oh, well, here's the thing. My teeth are kind of fucky, so I've got a chipped tooth here, and I've got stuff going on down here that's not great. So what I would like to do is get some silver caps. Boop, boop.
I scheduled a dentist thing soon. I just was waiting until like our
We ain't got
schedule
time.
was stable.
Get some grills. I don't want to talk through the grills though. It's like if you listen to rappers talking through grills, it's like I don't want that. But I would get a tooth. I want a tooth. You got platinum implants? I can't afford that shit, brother. That was a little too much for me. I might be able to afford some silver, something. When I get a fake tooth, I don't want to. I have my real teeth are fine. They're still alive in there, you know. Get a Hatchet Man chain. Yeah. You don't want to get the grills fucking removed. Yeah, I don't want that. But having one or two little silver teeth might be kind of cool. Ooh-ah. Wee-oo. Yes, I was just filming for our next franchise review yesterday. We're doing Twilight, and I was in Forks and La Push filming for the Twilight review.
Yeah, I might be putting together a little behind the scenes for the patrons over the next couple days.
Yep. Shot a little behind the scenes stuff. It's going to be awesome. Oh, yeah, get a Tomat chain. Yeah. And that's what I'm talking about. Big old Jesus piece with Tomat. That's the one. Accident insurance paid for my platinum fronts. Damn. That's nice. Tomat was some little character. Well, that's how he started. He started as a little character made by some dude. We started using the GIF in our shows, and we reached out to the dude, and we were like, we want to license this character. And we reached out, never even got a reply. As far as we know, the guy doesn't create things anymore. He's just like made a couple of things and then disappeared. And so we took the kind of general design of Tomat, created a new character with it, and now we use him. The lore behind the Spite Onion, yeah. The Spite Onion, yeah. We like him. We love the Spite Onion. Such nice trees. I know. Pimp Monk smoking a cigarette in the sky. If you need advice, you better ask. Yeah. Pima in heaven. Yep. Pima in heaven, smoking a cigarette. Sometimes I feel like wilderness can be bad lonely, not good lonely. It's up to you, I guess. That's your choice, right? Do you judge me for playing Minecraft? Yes. Yes, I do. You have been judged. Lo and behold, thou art judged for thy Minecraftery. Ooh. Ooh, slow and steady. Ooh. Ginger. Give me that ginger. No side conversations. Spino, when did I make you my enforcer, Spino? I don't remember giving you the wrench. Why don't you shut up? Feeling pink today? I guess. I grabbed the pink. You know, I don't know if it has to do anything with my mood or whatever when I grab certain things, but I guess maybe so. Guess I was feeling pink today. A little bit.
Pretty black and white yesterday.
Black and white. It was blue, too. I had blue pants on. Black, white, and blue. What can I do? I am so black, white, and blue. You're Mr. Pink. Oh, come on, Mr. Pink? How about Mr. Purple? Purple's okay. You're not Mr. Purple. Some other guy on some other job is Mr. Purple. You're Mr. Pink. What can I do? I am so black and blue. It was a good impression, I know. Shut the fuck up, you. 'Cause I said so, all right? That's why you're Mr. Pink. Wait a minute. Who didn't cough up? Mr. Pink. Why? He don't tip? What do you mean he don't tip? I bought you breakfast. Cough up a buck, you cheap bastard. Would you ever discuss the Bible with me on Discord? No. I don't do Bible studies. Are you kidding me? Do your own Bible studies. I've done my Bible studies. Mark Hamill or Keith David, hands down. Hmm? What? What are you talking about? Morning. Guten Tag. Guten Morgen. Yeah, when are they going to come out with a sequel to the Bible? That's what I've been waiting for. The Bible 2. The new Bible. Thank God would be working on that, because the old one's got like some real old language and some old references that don't really make much sense no more. Now, the Quran is not Bible 2. It's a spinoff, but it's not the sequel. Yeah, the Bible needs some DLC. It's time. You know what else needs some DLC? The Constitution. Constitution needs some DLC as well. We need to patch out the Constitution. It's not working anymore. Torah is Bible 1. No, Torah is the prequel. You guys don't understand how movies work. Torah is the prequel. All right? Bible is the main movie. Quran is the spinoff. And we're waiting on Bible 2. What is Scientology? Scientology is like an FX attempt to make a religion. But it's only gone for like 5 or 10 seasons, and nobody's going to remember it. What's Mormonism? Another one of those. It's like BET spinoff of religion. Book of Mormon, yeah. I just said it's a spinoff. You guys don't know how movies work. You know what I'm talking about? It's like you've never seen a movie. is what it is. Yeah, we need the director's cut. Bible director's cut. I'll check that out. Bible with restored footage. Completely restored footage of the Bible. Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter was pretty funny. No, it wasn't. That was a shit movie, man. That movie could have been cool, and it was ass. Do you think about the American Ashamed video you made a decade or so back? It lives rent-free in my head. Sure, yeah. I still feel that way. Get him out. Ask me smoking questions like you're a 12-year-old. The Bible is perfect. Why do they keep changing it? Well, they haven't changed it in a while, but they did change it a lot. You know, look up the Reformation, look up the Council of Nicaea when it was decided that Jesus was divine and not a man. That was decided not by God, but by a council of religious people. So yeah, the Bible is pretty wild. Bible's a shell of its original form. Based. Yeah. Second council where they decided icons were fair game. Yeah. Can we wear crosses around our necks? That's the second council of Nicaea. And they decided that. Do you see any worth in the Bible? Oh, there's tons of worth in the Bible. Specifically Jesus. I love a lot of the stuff Jesus had to say lives rent-free in my head. Neither a borrower nor a lender be. It is easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter my Father's kingdom. You know, there's a lot of great Jesus lines, but they're just kind of ignored by most Christians. But I like those. Yeah, Christ is a super compelling character. I agree. I love that when he came back to Jerusalem after disappearing in his teen years, and he came back in his early 20s riding on a donkey, right? And he just rode right into Jerusalem, and he rode right to the temple. Like that, he didn't even stop. He just rode his donkey right to the temple, walked up the steps, and started throwing all the money lenders and shit out of his father's house. I love that part too. Started kicking all their tables over and all their scales and weights and measures. Kicked them right out of the fucking temple with their money grubbing shit. I love that. That's a great Jesus story right there. There's some good stuff in the Bible. Yep. The meek shall inherit the earth. The last among you shall be first, and the first last. Yeah, Jesus is good. Jesus got some good shit that were I a Christian, I'd read that shit and go, oh no, I'm worshiping the golden calf. There's no Jesus in my life. I'm not giving all my money to the poor. I'm not following the footsteps of Jesus, and he's going to come back and judge me harshest of all. Because that's what it says in the Bible. All these Christians that are excited about Jesus coming back, I wouldn't be. Because his first stop is the dead churches. His first stop is the people that wrought iniquity in his name. The false prophets. He's going to do what he did when he rode into Jerusalem on the donkey. He's going to come knocking at every dead church and asking them why they did what they did. Why does your pastor own a car that could feed 10,000 homeless people? Why is everybody in this church wealthy? Why have you not listened to my words and followed in my footsteps? Why have you not given everything you own to the needy? Why have you not elevated the last among you to the first? Why do you make iniquity Yeah, were I a Christian, I'd be pretty fucking terrified to be a Christian right now. To be dead ass honest with you, because Christianity has nothing good to say about lazy churches, shitty rich people pretending to worship Christ, putting up icons of Jesus everywhere. That's gonna be fucked. At the moment, a lot of them are worshiping an orange cow rather than a golden calf. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think Jesus is going to have to say about how you've elevated politicians and made them prophets of God? What do you think Jesus is going to have to say about that if he comes back? Nothing good. And who participated? Any Christians want to raise their hand? Who's participated in iniquity? Who's hoarded their wealth? Who has let their brother starve so that they could accumulate? Anybody? Anybody willing to admit? Who does it every day, despite knowing? Is it you? Because if it's you, I wouldn't be rooting for Jesus to come back, because he's coming for your ass first. I'm way down his line. Atheists, agnostics, we're way down the line. We'll get dealt with too. But you're going first, Christians. He's coming for you first. So you better hope he ain't coming back. You want to keep going to your dead-ass church where your pastor's rich and everybody else flexes their wealth and dresses all nice and Twitters behind each other's backs. You want to keep going to that dead-ass church? You better root for Jesus not to come back. He won't fuck you up. Luckily, I'm already poor AF, so I'm good there. I don't know about that. Spino, you were saying some stuff that Jesus wouldn't like last night. Boasting, bragging about your spiritual superiority. Jesus wouldn't like that. Jesus wouldn't like that on the same level he doesn't like a rich man calling himself a Christian, Spino. I think you might need to soul search a little bit, bro. Maybe go back and read that Bible again, because Jesus had a lot to say about people like you. A lot. Jesus doesn't like a boaster. He doesn't like a braggart. And he certainly doesn't like a man that clothes himself in holiness in order to place himself above other people. That's the opposite of what Jesus commanded a holy person to do. So I wouldn't get too quick. I wouldn't get too quick brushing yourself off and saying you're gold because you're poor. That's not all Jesus had to say, did he? Because guess what? You are rich in comparison to a lot of people that live in your town. What did it say about the least being first? What did it say about giving everything you have? The moment that you're spending now trolling my chat could be spent in service. Do you think Jesus would be in here trolling my chat, or would he be out feeding the hungry, clothing the naked? What do you think? I'm not against homosexuality, and yeah, there was Jesus. Jesus didn't have one word to say about homosexuality. Listed off all the things you were supposed to do and not do, and didn't have one word to say about homosexuality. Isn't that interesting? Not a word.
There's so many other commandments that Christians don't follow
Yep.
anyways.
Yep. Thou shalt not lie with man as with woman is really, really heavily put on. Thou shalt honor their father and mother, thy father and mother. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, etc., etc., etc. Those types of things, they get thrown by the wayside. Those are like partial things that you kind of think about a little bit, but not really. But the gay one, Leviticus, what Leviticus has to say about gay people, that's the one we stick to. Never mind what Jesus said about not judging people. Never mind what Jesus said about the filthiness of your garment when you point at another man. Never mind that, right? Never mind what Jesus had to say about the mote in your eye, right? Versus the log. You got it? Mixed fabrics, working on a Sunday, eating pork, all that shit. Shellfish, yeah. I see Christians munching all that shit, but for some reason, gayness, that's the one you really got to worry about. God is cool with us eating shellfish now. Why? Well, because Jesus said, I have come to make a new covenant, not to enforce the old. So that's the excuse they use. But they like to hold on to the old to otherize gay people. Well, they better hope Jesus don't come back. Well, yeah, the King James is heavily edited. There's no such thing as an original Bible now because it's an amalgamation of a bunch of different religious works all crammed together, rewritten to make a narrative. Absolutely. But if you want to talk Jesus, we can talk Jesus. You want to talk what that character was about? You want to talk what that character espoused? We can talk about that. But if I were a Christian, I'd feel pretty substandard talking about it. I wouldn't want to talk about it if I were a Christian, because it would just be a giant reminder of how short I fall. Yeah. Well, of course, that's all they bring up. They can never answer a question directly. It's always got to be some obfuscation. No, Jesus did not say if a man lays with another man that it's an abomination. That wasn't Jesus. That's Leviticus. That's the Old Testament. Jesus hadn't even been born yet. Sorry. Try again. Try again, creatively, Clint. You need to know the difference between the Old Testament and the New. So it's time to crack that Bible. Stop listening to your shitty pastor and crack your Bible and read it. Jesus didn't have a single word to say about homosexuality. And in fact, Jesus had a word to say about the rule, right? He said, I did not come to enforce the old covenant, but to create a new covenant. Jesus freed you from the Old Testament. But for some reason, homophobes like you hold on to it. What's that about? Stop lying? I'm lying? Let's see. What did Jesus say about homosexuality? You ready? So here's one of the lines that they will use. I don't think any biblical author said, I anticipate the category of homosexuality that will be developed in the 19th century Europe and America, and I intend that my words will map exactly onto that category. Everything from a lifelong faithful male-female relationship to a gang of men raping a young girl falls under our society's definition of heterosexuality. You see what I mean? They can't just go like, oh yeah, Jesus didn't have anything to say about gay people. That was the answer to what do you have to say about the fact that Jesus never mention gay people? The answer isn't the obvious answer, which is because Jesus didn't consider it to be sinful. Jesus didn't consider it to be worthwhile, right? That's the obvious answer. So they have to come up with this whole thing about how the 19th century changed homosexuality. What? So there were no gay people before the 19th century, is what we're saying. Oops, yeah, there were. So what? Right? Nothing but excuses out of Christians. You know why? Because they like that little pocket they live in. That little pocket of plausible deniability. They like living in there and looking down their nose at other people, even though they don't adhere to anything in their Bible tells them to do. They're not meek. They're not mild. They don't debase themselves before the poor. They don't give everything they have to those less fortunate. They don't strive every day to serve men. They collect, they hoard, and they judge. And Jesus had something to say about all of those things. I'd go read it if I were you. Would you time travel? No, I'd fuck things up. No, I would fuck things up, bro. I'd fart or something and it would set off a chain of events that ended my reality. Everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Well, that's the inherent contradiction in Christians. None of them really believe heaven. None of them. Deep in their heart of hearts, they know it just stops. He wasn't some man that lived 2,000 years ago. He lives in us and we in him. Wow, what a platitude. A lot of people use religion as an excuse for hate, but in reality have no clue what they're talking about. The teachings of Jesus warn of these people. They do. False prophets, people that create iniquity with the name of Jesus and the name of God. You're a mind reader, Paul? Oh, absolutely. I read your mind, didn't I? You got nothing to say? Like you're back from your timeout, Spino, and instead of answering the point that I gave you about how you judge, you come back with more platitude bullshit. Why don't you do a little introspection, come back after 600 seconds and tell me how it worked? Why don't you look at yourself? Look at your filthy garment, right? Look at how you keep your bride and tell me if it aligns at all with what Jesus is saying. Because I think a guy like you that's seeking after God should spend less time in here making a fool of yourself and more time studying the word and serving people like God commands you to do. What do you think about that? You got a lot of free time on your hands, Spino. Every time I'm out here, last night, late, you're here. Today, early, you're here. Right? You got a lot of free time on your hands. Idle hands are the devil's workshop. Why aren't you out serving? Why aren't you out volunteering your ample free time at a food bank? Why aren't you out volunteering your ample free time to feed the hungry and clothe the naked? Because you're not a Christian. You're not a Christian. You know what I call Christians? People that follow Christ. You're not a Christian. If you were a Christian, you wouldn't be in here. You wouldn't have time to be in here because every second of your life would be spent in service of others. That's what Jesus commanded you to do. Walk in his footsteps. You're so far from Jesus. Jesus would not be in my chat trying to make himself look better than everybody else. So you're about as far from a Christian as I can possibly think, Spino. That's why I won't talk the Bible with you, because you're a baby. I know it better than you do. So it would just be unpaid work for me to discuss the Bible with you. You get it? I've done my homework. You need to do yours, because apparently you missed all that shit in the Bible where Jesus told you how to be. You love the aesthetic. And you know what he loves about the aesthetic? Lording it over people. He loves to come in and go, well, look at me. I'm a Christian. My garment is clean. And Jesus tells us the truth about his garment. It's filthy. Get it? That's how you handle, by the way, a baby Christian. Just so you know. They come to you talking salvation and shit. You ask them, why are you talking to me about this and not serving the homeless? Do you think Jesus would want you going out and recruiting? Or do you think Jesus would want you serving people and allowing your service to be a recruitment? Baby Christians love to open that Bible and read fucking John 3:16. Remember Spino in here last night? Literally quoting the most well-known Bible verses ever. Right? That's all he knows. He skipped all the shit about how he's going to hell. Right? Skipped all the shit about how he's not living in service of his fellow man. Skipped all the shit about how the least shall be first and the first shall be last. Skipped all that. He just reads John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son to die so that ye may have eternal life. That's what he spouts at you. Just the most well-known parts of the Bible. Doesn't talk about what Jesus said about people like him. Doesn't talk about what Jesus said about service. Living a servant's life. Right? Doesn't care about that. It's in here flexing any time of the day that I'm live. Are you telling me that Spino doesn't have a food bank in his town? Are you telling me that Spino doesn't have trash he could pick up off the side of the road? There's no homeless people in Spino's city. So I'm higher on his list than the people he needs to serve in his community. Jesus calls him to serve those people first. So why is he spending time in here? And watch, when he comes back from his 600 seconds, he won't have a thing to say about this, even though he's sitting and listening to it. He won't have a fucking thing to say about it. Zero. He'll make an excuse. What do you want to bet? I'm looking healthier, thanks. Yeah, I've lost a little weight. I'm feeling better, you know. I broke my plateau. I've been plateaued at like 310 for a while, and I'm down below that now. Heading for the 200s. That's good stuff. Spino's not a serious person. Yeah, but I take people as they come. I do. I take people as they come. It's not my job to read into the soul of Spino, but it is my job to judge how he acts. I take people as they come to me, and I calls them like I sees them. Spino got all this free time to puff himself up and judge others with his Christianity. Got no free time to serve his fellow man. Isn't that interesting? He says he's poor. Says he's poor as he sits on his phone with the internet and somebody else's roof over his head. That doesn't sound poor to me. That sounds rich. So where's your free time being spent? How are you serving the world? How are you serving man? Yep. Feeding the homeless, clothing the naked, pulling the people lost in despair up out of despair. Right? Reaching his hand out and taking another human being's hand and lifting them up. That's what he should be doing with his free time. But you look at what Spino does with his free time. He's here. He's here. He's in every chat. Every time we're live, he's here. He's always got free time. Guess he's not really a Christian, like I said. He just likes the Christian aesthetic. He likes feeling superior to people. That's not what Christianity is about. Well, if he doesn't come back and answer this after his 600 seconds, if his next thing is just more obfuscation, he'll be banned. Because I'm bored. I'm bored with it. I want to try and help him be a better Christian, so I'm going to ban him. And he'll be cyclically banned. He's done. So, Spino, I've tried to give Spino leeway, but he's been in here 2 nights in a row and not listening to any of the fucking shit that I'm saying and just spouting Bible verses and stuff. So the next thing he says in here will be the judgment. So you can either humble yourself before your own prescriptions and admit that you're a bad Christian and admit that you waste too much time aggrandizing yourself and pushing other people down. If you're not willing to do that, you're dead. You're gone, and you're on cyclical ban. As soon as a Spino alt pops up on any of my shit, he's gone. You no longer participate after today. And that'll be that. That's between him and God. Well, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I want to hear it out of his mouth. I want to hear that he's a real Christian, and that he's not going to waste his time in here anymore trying to otherize people with his Christianity. No, there's no effort to convert others. That's not what Jesus calls you to do. Jesus never called you to go convert others. Jesus called you to serve the least among you. And if you're not doing that, you're not converting anybody. Yep. Jesus didn't call you to go out and proselytize. Jesus didn't call you to build giant gaudy churches with stained glass and fucking stainless steel edifices. He didn't call for any of that. You know what he called for? For you to give everything that you have, every moment of your life, to serving other people as he did. And if you're not doing that, you're not a Christian in my eyes. You're a pretender. His deal is he's got nothing going on in his life. He found Christianity a few months ago, and now he's out here proselytizing it to people and judging people and using it to just be off topic 24/7, 365. And he's done his last. Like, he didn't think when he came in here today that his participation in future shit that I do was going to be on the line, but it is. Every time I see him from here on out, if he doesn't answer properly, he will be banned. He will no longer be a part of this community. I'm gonna give him a permanent Order 66. My people, as soon as they see Spino, he's gone. He will no longer participate. So his 600 seconds should be coming to a close here pretty soon, I'd imagine, and we'll see what Spino has to say. Coming out. What do you think about your peepaw bed, D? You want to lay on your peepaw bed? Why don't you lay down on your peepaw? You ain't got to watch the whole yard all day. You can lay down on your peepaw bed. No, it's just his participation is on the line. No. I didn't ask you to ask me a question. I asked you to answer. Ban him, and he's permanently Order 66 from this. And anybody that's also a mod over on Deep Fat Fried or Onion Nuggets, he's permanent. That's not what I asked you to do. I didn't ask you to answer my question with a question. He's permanent. Anything that even smells like a Spino, Order 66 it out of all my content. I don't want to see it ever again. Goodbye, Spino. It's been nice knowing you. Good luck with looking down your nose at other people with your religion. This is not a venue for you to do that anymore. Well, his parasociality is over. See how that works? That's how you draw a line. That's how you set a boundary and enforce it. I'll never see him again. I'll never speak another word to him again. Cheers. Cheers. Yep. And thus endeth the Spino arc. Too stupid to participate. Too dumb to live, too rare to die. And so it was written. Too stupid to participate. And now he's just gone from everything, too. Because, you know, he has literally never missed a show, to my estimation. He got nothing else going on. So he's done. He can watch. The ceaseless Spino alts will be banned without any recognition from me. Full Order 66. You know, Spino, if I thought we weren't friends, I don't think I could bear it. Did you ever become one of the Reddit fools? Huh? Become one? The kick has been done. He's gone. He's gone. He's G-O-N-E, done. Salty Paul, rounder than a ball. Salty. Salty. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I doubt it. We're done. No more. Anybody that mentions him gets Order 66 with him. That's it. It's over. Right? So after that, after Gugger 97, he gets away with it. But that's going to be it. That name is persona non grata in this bitch. He's dead. He was murdered. He's murked. Pimp Monk is also dead. There you go. But actually dead. Not just spiritually dead. I rips it and twists it, then I takes a hit and I smokes it to the head like it was a cigarette. What happened to Pimp Monk? Pimp Monk passed away yesterday, unfortunately. Pimp Monk is gone to the cigarette stand in the sky. Yeah, add it to the list for me, Ghoul. Thank you. Haven't seen any of that dude's messages, and I don't have message filter on. Lol, probably best I couldn't. Got some work going on? Yeah. Well, I'm here taking a day off, and then I'm going to shoot locational, and I'm going to have so much fun. The next location that we're going to is going to be where I really get to have fun. The stuff we shot yesterday was more documentary style, and that's cool. But we will be doing some, I don't know, just some more fun stuff. But I'm super stoked, man. I'm super stoked. Let's go. I'd slap you, but that would be animal abuse. Yeah. Animal abuse would be the last thing on your fucking mind if you slapped me, kid. If you slapped me, you getting in trouble for animal abuse would be the last thing on your mind. Where am I? I'm in the woods, brother. I live deep in the woods. Deep in the Pacific Northwest woods. Got red cedars. We're deep. Deep in the middle of nowhere. Nothing to do. Oh, we love it here, though. The beautiful middle of nowhere. A deep man within the deep wood. What are you watching, D? You see them squirrels? Do you see them squirrels? Where are them squirrels? Do you see the squirrels? Do you see the bees? Do you see the coconut trees? No, you set the wheel of torture to your mother. That's nasty work, femboy. Looks into the abyss, waiting, watching, biding his time, looking for someone who wants it. The smoke. The smoke. Who wants the smoke? I think I might go over to the dome for a little bit here and just see if I can pick a fight. That sounds kind of fun. So maybe I'll do that. I don't know. I really do kind of feel like picking a fight, though. They're doing the Gamescom stream. Boo. I would just be a vibe terrorist if I tried to mess that up. Damn, son. Well, I'll wait till that shit's over, and then I'll pop in. I feel like picking a fight. What would you pick a fight about? I don't know. I haven't decided. You're in a bong? Yeah. I think I need to go get some weed today at some point. I think that's on the agenda. Go down to the old weed shop, buy myself a couple of doobies. I think so. I think that might be up in my wheelhouse right now. So anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. I'll see you next time.